Big bang, take little bang. Big bang, take little bang. She said, what you gonna do if I leave? I said, I'ma do me. B.I.G. Everything zoomed in. Big on me looking like I'm moving in. Got my foot in the door and we still here.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with the Denver Broncos. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Week 3, tough one for Phillip Lindsay, Charles. He was forced from that game against the Ravens after diving onto a pile. But bottom line so far, he is impressed in the early part of his career.
So that is commonly known as a rookie error. And he doesn't need to make those kind of plays because they actually need him. He's a huge part of their offense. Set rookie record. First 2 weeks of the season, over 100 yards total offense each game. And then he's wearing number 30. He wore 23 at Colorado. Obviously wanted 23 in the pros. But Devontae Booker already had that number, a fellow running back. So he asked for number 30 and asked for the blessing for Terrell Davis, who's an NFL Hall of Famer, who wore that number, and TD gave it to him. How about that?
On second down, here's Keenum. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Play action. Now it's Keenum. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Throwing is Keenum on third down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Here's a handoff to Sproles to start the drive. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
On the ball.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. They'll roll him out right. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now Wentz on third down. And Jeffrey's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 52 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Let's assess what the Denver Broncos have done so far this season as they come back onto the field here, Charles. Got off to the 2-0 start. Last week, though, the offense really wasn't clicking. Baltimore's defense was really good, and the Ravens got the 27-14 win.
Yeah, and that was a big win for Baltimore because that got them back on the beam. For Denver, they can regroup now. Remember, they had won the week before in an exciting game in their division against Oakland when they kicked the field goal at the buzzer. Now they get another divisional game coming up with Kansas City. That'll be at home before they go to the Jets. Dangerous with the new rookie quarterback, Sam Darnold. And then home for the hard-charging Rams. Maybe the best team in football right now.
Certainly that Broncos defense will be tested against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Fletcher Cox breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
3rd and long. It's Keenum. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Mike Bennett in there to drop him. And back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. On is the punter, King, to send it away. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now this time he'll look to throw. They set up the screen to Ajayi. Ajayi, 1st down and more. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 48 yards. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
81.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And coming out now, the Broncos. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Off play action. Keenum. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Keenum, and he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First catch there for Thomas. It's a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And an alley to run. Finding room to the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, 35 yards. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Michael Bannon in there to drop it for his 2nd sack now here tonight. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3-and-out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. One tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Off the play fake, Keenum. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a 2nd and goal.
Roger, Roger, Roger. Hey, go Roger. Hey, go Roger. Hey, go Roger. Hey, orange.
Out of the gun, Keenum. And that is incomplete here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Working from the gun, Keenum. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Wentz going to throw. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep, Adam Jones. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. And Denver getting set to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Now Keenum. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, go, Roger.
On play action, it's Keenum. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run it with Sproles. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And this doesn't end well at all, as they stop him far behind the line to gain. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
81. Great.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They go play action here on first down. Left side here to Sanders. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Brandon Graham. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. On third and long, it's Keenum. And incomplete here to bring up fourth down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on third downs, and it's costing them.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
Now Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Now, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Let's go. 53. Here we go, boy.
Keenum to throw on second down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Mike Bennett in there to get him again. The 3rd time he's